Hi and welcome to a very brief tutorial on how to set up your maths book. So you're a Chisholm College student who's doing maths this year. Here's some pointers on the three basic or standard setups that we use for our page setup. I've already named my book, so I've got that there. And then we go in here. Now perhaps the most common of our three page setups is where we do our normal working out. Standard is just divided in half. Now the easiest way is to fold the page, crease it, unfold it, and then use this as a guide to actually rule down the margin in the middle of the book. So now you've got that page divided neatly in half, rule across the top, and you're ready to go. Remember, whenever you're doing working in here, you should be putting a title such as exercise 1A, question 1, and dating, so that people know what's going on when it's happening. Your work then flows down that side of the page, and once it's finished down that side, you start again up this side. Most of your book will be ruled up in this format. There are times, however, when the teacher might require you to actually take notes. So for that, a typical setup might be the Cornell note-taking method. So in this setup, we typically divide our page into three. And I will annotate them here now. You don't need to do that, but typically what we have is the key point or key concept here. So I'm writing it in, but you don't need to. That will be filled with things. So key point or key concept. Over here are your notes themselves. So this is basically what you might see on a whiteboard or be taking through a video. You've seen the video, you write them down, or it might be a worksheet that you plaster in there. You can then take the key points or concepts, and down the bottom you can summarize.
All Year 7 students in Mitchell House, please go to the library.
Okay, moving on. Our third point, or our third standard setup, is if you're doing problem solving tasks, which rather than your two-column setup, the problem solving ones often require you to work across the page. So you'll find this both in some problem solving things, but also in assignments that you might have to, rather than having the two-column setup, you just put that there. Okay, and it becomes just a full page. You work left to right and down the page as you might normally do. Okay, again, date each page as you go through. Okay, and make sure if you're doing a particular exercise that you write the exercise at the top and the question numbers down the side, so that you can easily identify what's going on and mark it from there. Okay, thanks very much for listening.